So I remember that my dad, we didn't had the money to pay a team and to say, okay, we pay a team on the Spanish Championship and you have the opportunity. No, I had to build that skills and that talent from zero, no? And if I was able to win in one championship, then the other championship see you and one team can say, okay, try here. And if you win, you have the chance to go up to another category. So I didn't have the... that's why I was taking it too serious from too young.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the opportunity to go to one team and pay. So I had to win in every championship. So that was quite difficult for a young guy.
Hello, welcome to the MotoGP podcast, Last on the Brakes. Hopefully you know the name by now. I'm Fran Wild, and with me is Matt Dunn to bring you some of the most in-depth chats we could muster with the biggest and best in the paddock. And we do have a very big name today, certainly.
Yes, the world champion himself, Joan Mir. How exciting is that? What we got coming up on today's show, though?
Well, we have plenty. I think it was an interesting one because he's one of the people we've not spoken to yet. So we went right back to basics, started off like how did he start riding, and then obviously his journey to the MotoGP World Championship.
Which I've got to say, that first sort of throwing back right to the start, I'm not always quite so sure about it, but with him I'm really glad we did, because you really started to understand how he got to be as good as he is, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Really interesting chat, I think, about how he got to where he is. Definitely a lot of graft, everything on the line every year. Really good chat, I think, and that does beg the question of the week.
Yes, Joan Mir, is he? Well, he is for certain, I would say, part of the new generation who back in the day we would have referred to as the aliens. But we want to know from you guys, which other riders currently on the grid are part of that new generation that are faster than ever sort of thing? You know, I mean, let's not get into a debate about who is the best ever, blah, blah, blah. No. Who are now the aliens of 2021? But let's not call them that, it's not fair, you know.
Yeah, no, this is the point, I think. Mainly, obviously the aliens back in the day, you can kind of understand how they ended up getting that moniker. But nowadays there are so many fast faces on the MotoGP grid. We just announced the renewal with Michelin, and for that I did check some of those stats of the closest top 15s and top 10s. They just keep coming. Yeah. It's really quite a task now to even get a top 6 in a MotoGP race. You have to be sometimes just 2-3 seconds off the win.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Really crazy competition nowadays, an amazing golden era. But who for you are your standout riders that really take that level up a notch?
That is what we want to know. But for now, we'll hand it over to ourselves and Joan Mir. This is a really insightful conversation. I didn't expect him to really go as sort of reflective as he actually did, to be honest. But well worth it. So enjoy, and we'll speak to you after the show. Well, Joan Mir, world champion, married man. How are you?
Those are the two headline news stories.
Looks old, no?
Yeah. No, well, we were saying this before, actually, obviously we started 100 races, but you're still very young. So normally that statistics means, I'm getting old, but you still feel young, even though...
I'm 24 now.
Good.
Exactly. I feel young, yeah. It's normal, I think, no?
But all my friends who are 24, 25, they're now like, I'm getting old, or someone's got a grey hair. And they go, no, not my guys. The 27.
At the moment, the hair is okay.
So far, so good. Can't see any. So, as we said, this is more like informal chat. So since it's the first time we're talking to you, we wanted to rewind all the way back. How does baby Joan Mir first ride a motorcycle? How did you first get into it?
I didn't remember so well. I had probably 5 years old. It was in Spanish we say hippodromo. It's when the horses go to the oval of the horses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it wasn't any horse there, and it was my godfather and my father bought me a small bike, and I remember the first flashes was in the on that place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Nice. Does your dad tell you any stories of you crashed after one corner, you were really good, or anything like this?
Yeah, I remember that I didn't have any helmet, and my dad gave me his one, and
So
it
it's
was
like-
a long time, and I was not able to see.
Nice,
In the
nice.
picture, you see that it's moving a lot.
Awesome. I think when we ask people this, a lot of the fans and sometimes ourselves imagine the first time a now MotoGP World Champion steps on a bike, it's like a whoa, like they
Yeah.
feel it inside of them. But I don't think that's true. It's not destiny. It's just I'm riding a bike. It's okay when you're young.
Yeah, normally there's some child that the father said to, or the mother said to him, okay, here there's a motorbike, and so try.
Yeah,
In
enjoy.
my case, was completely the opposite. When I saw a bike, I was like, I want to try.
Yeah.
So, and then my dad must do something, no? On this case, because he has a skateboard shop, so completely different
Okay.
thing.
So you could have been Tony Hawk.
Exactly. I remember at home it was a lot of videos of Tony Hawk, a lot of DVD and all this stuff, but for some reason I liked the motorbike since I was so young, and I knew that my place was here. All my friends with the skateboards, also myself with the skateboard, I was enjoying a lot, but it was not my place.
You good with the skateboard?
Say, why don't we
but
see you around
yeah.
the paddock?
if I
giving
say
it some-
yes, but I don't say yes because you will make me some event with skateboard, and you will see the
Pre-event
reality.
Catalonia 2022.
And you will see the reality. So I say that I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. So from loving riding the bike then, how did you start competing and racing? More than just like for fun? How did it kind of become... you are
I
now?
started because my cousin rode the World Championship 125 in I don't remember, it was 2007 or 2008, I don't remember well. So he was in the World Championship, and he was in the school of the father of Jorge, and in Mallorca, no? And one day I was there to see my cousin. Well, I was like saying, I want to try. And seriously, everything starts there, because what we did with 5 years old and everything was just to have fun, no? So there was different. Was the like okay, here starts something. So, and my father always said to me, if you want to do it, okay, have fun, but if you do it great, do it well. Try to improve, try to learn, try to do do everything. And I had 9 years old, but I was taking it so serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that's your choice? It wasn't, because in English we would say we have a phrase like motocross dads, and
No.
they're the dad's side. They're like, faster. But it was more you who took it seriously.
Yeah. My father, he was working, and normally he was not having time to be all the afternoon there. So he had a small car there. We put the mini bike inside, and a smart.
Yeah.
And a smart car. So
Smart,
the
what, the
smart.
really small?
Yeah. The real
Goodness
small
sake.
one. So with the pocket bike on the smart, and then
Wow.
I have to go to the shop. So to the father of Jorge, Chicho, I leave. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. So my
Right.
father doesn't care at all. Didn't care about the motorbikes and nothing. He was just have a good have fun, and that's it. No. So it was different. Like the dad is
The motocross dad, right.
Exactly.
That's cool. So when did then the people around you start to realize, hey, this is seriously, like, he's pretty good?
The first day at the school of Chicho, I remember he was giving some tips and everything, and I was able to put the knee down on the first day
Wow.
with both sides.
Yeah.
So it was impressive. I was when I finished the training and I was coming at home, it was like I was touching this in both sides. So,
really cool.
no, in that moment, no, but I remember that in a short time I was able to be with the guys that was practicing this sport for 2-3 years. That guys, no. So in that moment you see something.
Yeah. When does ambition begin? When you're riding and you're getting better skills, you're displaying you're a very good rider. When does the ambition of I could get to this level or this level, I want to be a motorcycle racer professionally, when does that start? Well, didn't it? 'Cause it might not done.
No, one thing that I have is I'm really realistic, no, and once I said that I was able to be on the same level of those guys, I was thinking that I was best. I was the best one there. So then you start to do a Spanish championship. So if you are able to do it great, then you go to another thing, no. So I remember that my dad, we didn't have the money to pay a team and to say, okay, we pay a team on the Spanish championship and you have the opportunity. No, I had to build that skills and that talent from zero, no. And if I was able to win in one championship, then the other championship see you and one team can say, okay, try here. Yeah. And if you win, you have the chance to go up to another category. So I didn't have the that's why I was taking it too serious from too young.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the opportunity to go to one team and pay. So I had to win in every championship. So
wow.
that was quite difficult for a young guy.
I was gonna say that's quite some pressure to
a
know
lot,
that everything
exactly,
you
and
have
a
to
lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
And also now when last year or this year you have pressure of the title, I don't think that this is pressure. That was pressure.
I remember
you know?
you saying this as well about a couple of things last year where it's like it's kind of pressure but not really the biggest that you felt or that really exists for a lot of people in life.
That was pressure because if I was not able to win with not the best bike, the expectation were not the best one. So if I was not able to win that year, then nobody will contract you for the next year in a different category. No, I was not able to stay 2 years on the same category.
Right.
Because of this, you know,
Yeah,
I had to show.
Yeah. Did you still manage to enjoy it even though it was really serious? Was it fun?
No, it was not fun. The racing was not fun because it was so intense.
Yeah.
But the progress, the day by day, going there, going training, going try to improve. Today I improved this. Today this is the progress. I love the progress. The process, exactly. So I enjoy the process, but not the racing on that years.
I want to ask just at this point because we'll come back to this. I want to keep it just on the fun aspect for now. Have you learned to have fun now you're at the top then? You've learned to enjoy it more.
Once I was in the World Championship, I was able to enjoy more.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. Well, taking us back then to the CEV. You've got quite an interesting record in that final year that a few of you who then graduated to Moto3, because you're basically like 25, 25, 0, 25, 25, 0.
Yeah.
Kind of the opposite to how you are now when you're so consistent, never really make those mistakes in races. Did you feel a little kind of, not underrated, but you were a bit under the radar, and then when you appeared in Moto3 straight away it's like, hello.
Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe...
Yeah. Also, this is what we said. What I said before about the process. No, I had to learn faster than the others, and in 2015, I made a lot of mistakes on the Spanish championship.
You won a lot of races as well.
I won a lot, but I was the fastest in all the championship, and I didn't get. I think I don't remember the position that I finished that year. So
I think you were third or fourth. No?
Third or fourth. So.
Don't quote
This
me.
is what I say, no? And then on the on the World Championship was completely the opposite. No, I was
Yeah.
able to be strong, but also constant, and I learned somehow this on the CV.
What you said earlier about the pressure of not having the financial support behind you
Yeah.
to stay in a championship if you didn't have the results. Is that why it was win or bin, as we like to say, win or crash? Is that the reason?
That was the reason. Yeah, I had to show.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. I remember so well a race in Le Mans, starting the last one, and the day of the World Championship with the same day, the CV and all this stuff. So that was my opportunity to get a contract on the Moto3 World Championship, no? And that race was huge. Was epic for me.
That's cool. So a lot of pressure for those guys who are here with us in Misano for the first time as well.
Yeah. I think that to don't have that pressure that I had because we were not able to pay a team. This makes me so strong now.
I was going to say, do you think it's made you the rider you are now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because if not, you don't put that same intensity.
Yeah. The motivation, everything.
Yeah.
So I want to. That was really interesting. How did in that situation that's so high pressure, so intense? How did you deal with losing? Because as an athlete, a competitive athlete, you will lose more than you will ever win in a race. You know,
Even
the amount of the amount of second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place will always be more than how many times you are first. How did you deal with that when it was such high stakes? When if you didn't finish well, this could be career over in that time.
Is difficult to manage, and also for a young guy, because I couldn't on that time say that I couldn't make the race worse than the others. I had to show something more, because if not, there's another rider like you, and they will take the other rider, no? So it's always difficult to deal with that. But that's why on that time I was 25 or 0, because the times that I was doing the 0 points was because I was first and then I crashed.
Yeah.
So
It truly
you
was
show
win or bin,
something.
no?
You show something there.
Yeah.
This is really interesting because I spoke to a few of the Red Bull rookies in Aragon, and it's their last opportunity to show something for the next season, right? And if they came second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 10th, they were so sad, and their helper or their dad who's there with them is like, no, it's okay, you did well, but that it seems so difficult to get your head around it being okay sometimes to lose, because it's inevitable. And it just really fascinates me that they're so young dealing with that.
Yeah, it's the learning process.
Yeah.
You learn when these things when you are young. No, now always a podium is welcome, but also it's difficult to deal with the bad results. You are here with such a big manufacturer to try to win, no? And sometimes all the effort that everyone is doing in a manufacturer, in a team, and finally to make a mistake, make a crash or something is not nice, no? That's why this is racing, and this is all about this is all about racing. I mean that we cannot win always. We get good results, and that's why we are happy when we make good results, because we had some good defeats. Probably, no?
So Moto2 then, moving on a little bit. Good season for you, but I'm sure you would probably agree as well, the biggest headline of that year was moving so quickly to MotoGP. And it's really interesting then with what you said about never having been a pay rider or had that chance. With Suzuki as well, it's not like some of the other manufacturer programs where you get a kid from CEV and then all through the categories. What made you decide to take that jump when you did with Suzuki and start that new chapter?
Well, after the good season that we had in Moto3,
I love good is quite an understatement.
It was fine.
After winning the title, I was able to go in Moto2 and in the third race to be able to make a podium, or the fourth, I don't remember now, and to show good potential, no. And always it's difficult to go from Moto3 to Moto2 and then straight away make good results, no. So on that time the contracts, all the factories finished that contract on that year, so means that then I had to wait 3 years more.
Yeah.
In Moto2 or 2 years more to wait for an opportunity like that, no. So we said, okay, we move. We probably did. I said that I prefer to stay in Moto2 a lot of times, but the circumstances were like that, and no, and we took a good chance, a good opportunity, and yeah, in 2020 I was able to get the title in MotoGP. So means that 2020 would be like a rookie year for me. So
Yeah.
it's like,
You fast forwarded a little bit
Yeah.
with doing that in the end. Yeah.
yeah, we took that decision, and I said, okay, with this we have to deal, and I will try to give the 100%, and we took the right decision.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Exactly.
It
Definitely
must
the right decision.
feel quite special for you as well, given that you have made all those decisions, had to show your potential again and again and again to get there, to get that offer from Suzuki, like, we want you to be in MotoGP with us. Does that kind of feel like it's everything you've been working towards, showing that potential year on year, and then finally you've made it there?
Yes, somehow, yeah. We had also many offers from MotoGP. I was surprised, no?
You just sat there like,
I was
all
not,
the offers.
no, but I was not able to show my real potential in Moto2, and straight away I had good offers, no? It was so nice, yeah. One of the best moments of my career, probably,
Yeah.
that once, yeah. And then to take the opportunity to go to Suzuki, yeah, it was so nice.
Got to ask you, becoming MotoGP World Champion last year, because you've basically risen through the ranks so quickly, you've gone from a kind of low profile to the top in like a few years. I think when you won the MotoGP World Championship last year, you had maybe about 50,000 Instagram followers, and now you have nearly 500,000.
Yeah.
How's that transition been? How are you coping with that, from being kind of in the shadow to bam, spotlight?
Yeah, well, I'm the same guy. I'm the
Yeah.
same guy, and I am not the most mediatic guy on the paddock. I'm always really private. I like to keep the low profile always, even if it's not so easy. But
Sorry.
no, not for you. But it's always, if the results are good, always you get note and everything, no?
Yeah.
And for me, it's fine. It's not that I am not Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, and I'm able to go for the street without any problem. So at the moment, is not a problem, and I'm dealing well with that. And I know that this will get worse year by year, and if the results are okay, no. So I'm not worried.
So do you feel like MotoGP World Champion now? When did it sink in? I imagine not immediately. Did it take a few weeks or days or hours? When did it really kind of hit you?
Yeah, once I put the trophy on my bedroom.
Really?
Yeah. Is that where it is now? It stays there.
It's there. It's there. I woke up in the morning, and the first thing that I see is that
You're
is
just
this.
like,
Nice. That's good motivation.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
Is that intentional to remind you of the reason why you get out of bed in the morning or something like that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
we can see, yes.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
nice to see it.
Yeah. It's something I wanted to ask on that note, as well as in the recognition side. I saw we in the British Grand Prix, our commentary boxes were on the outside of Woodcote, in where the fans were. So we'd walk past a lot of fans, and I saw quite a few young boys with Joan Mir caps on or Joan Mir hoodies and things like. What is it? Do you recognise that you are like an idol to these 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old young kids, boys and girls? What does that feel like to you?
Yeah, it's super nice. No, I'm like an inspiration for them, and also to have people that that admire you is always really really nice. It's something means that we did something great.
Yeah.
And yeah, I try always to give a good image and a natural image to the people. Try to don't be like a
Not too
pop
much
star.
Yeah.
And try to be always quite normal.
This is where there's a word missing in English for postureo.
Exactly.
Like none of
Postureo.
that.
Yeah. It's like,
Like posing, maybe. Yeah.
Cozy,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like trying to be yourself and
Yeah.
be
no,
positive.
not postureo.
No, but it's like because that's I always wonder about what's the first time you've noticed someone wearing your merch, you're their hero, and that must be like, wow, that's kind of you. Why do you like me? Sort of, why me?
Yeah, well, I think that now we are in this position, so for a lot of
Hopefully
years.
many more.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah. So final quick question, and then we have a quick fire a little bit at the end for you. Why didn't you go with the number one in the end on the bike?
One day I will go with the number one.
Yeah.
day.
Okay,
One
good.
day.
Because I was a bit angry at you for this.
Okay, sorry.
Because I really wanted to see it the number one. You know?
Yeah, I think to our bike, a number one is
Yeah.
quite great.
I like.
No?
Also, I love the confidence of one day we will.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day.
Are you superstitious?
Every a little bit, not
Yeah.
so much, but a little bit.
Okay.
Every time, probably more.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
All you bike races are the same. You're all the same. Cool.
Right. Okay. So
do it, shall
we'll
we?
move on to then quick fire. 5 quick questions for you. Matt, do you want to start with
So
the?
this first one is ours, and then the rest are all from fans. So the
Okay.
first one is 3 people, dead or alive, you would have at dinner at your house one night. Who would they be? They could be celebrities, family, whoever.
Wow, what a mix.
Yeah.
We've had some interesting answers to this so far this year.
Okay. Kevin Swans, one.
Cool.
Cool.
Straight in there.
I think he's been invited a few times.
Yeah,
yeah.
Popular choice.
Okay. With Valentino also. Okay.
Okay.
And now we move. Then one more. We can make a mix. Rafa Nadal, let's say.
Knew it. Knew you'd say
Good,
Rafa
good.
Nadal.
That
Yeah, I knew it.
Mallorca forever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, forever. So
Yeah, look after your own.
it's a good chat, eh?
Cool.
We
Cool.
will buy good meat to make a good barbecue.
Sounds like a
And
very good
Valentina
dinner
will bring a
party.
pizza or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So the next one is from Cecilia Papi Sanchez on Twitter, I think it was. It's from a couple of months ago. So Cecilia, I hope you're still with us
Okay.
and listening. Is there anything you collect?
I like to collect my training bikes. I
Oh,
think
yeah?
it's
Okay,
something
cool.
interesting.
So you just don't get rid of them. They.
Well, I every time I have more.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
The
bikes.
garage is
Okay.
just like
What does
stacked.
Alejandro think of this?
Hopefully, I have a workshop, so
Okay,
it's
that's
not
fine.
at home.
It's separate. Perfect.
That's cool.
Good. Okay. Hey, Mike Falcone asks, who helped you get where you are today that we don't know about? So we know your dad helped you, Chicho Lorenzo, but who is also responsible?
Apart my mom and all this stuff, my godfather.
Cool.
Yes.
I remember at the beginning of the
Yeah, you
episode.
just mentioned him already.
Nice.
So, Chick McFly, which day in your life would you like to relive? So, not to change anything necessarily, to enjoy it again and take it in.
My first victory in Moto3.
Ah,
Interesting.
okay, that's a good
Okay,
choice.
cool.
All right. Okay, final one. Team Japan GP. What's your personal or professional motto? Do you have one, like a phrase that you live by that you think about?
A motto like
The motto is so it's como una frase que tú puedes repetir cada día in your own head, something you'd have tattooed on you.
Like this one.
Yeah.
like believe in yourself and all this stuff.
Something like that, yeah. Is there anything you think about?
I don't think
No?
about. No.
You're not the type of guy in the gym or in your office, you have like some quote on the wall or anything? No?
I had
Yeah?
one of Muhammad Ali that was. Imagine, I had it in Mallorca, and now I don't remember. So
It worked really well then, yeah?
There was one I read the other day from Muhammad Ali. It was pretty good. It was like, think you can beat me, and then like you wake up or something like that.
Yeah, typical of always. Yeah.
That's really cool. Awesome. So, Joan Mir, thank you so
very much.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
It's I can imagine how many interviews you've had, so
Yeah.
Not so
Not too
appreciate
bad.
it.
Not so.
And
Thank
enjoy your 100th Grand Prix as
Yeah.
well.
Thank you.
See
I
you
will
later.
do it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So, gonna say, as we always do, hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. The world champion, I mean, what a down-to-earth guy. You wouldn't know he's the world champion, would you?
No, and in the best way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, always. I mean, I don't think there's anyone here that makes our lives difficult. Everyone's a pleasure to work with, so many in different ways. But yeah, it was a really nice chat. I think a little bit behind that curtain, like Joan said, he is a bit more private
Yeah,
than
absolutely.
some of the guys on the grid. You know, and if you want more on that as well, recommend our own good podcast with Danny Pedrosa. That was quite an interesting chat about
Yeah.
privacy as well back in the day.
Yeah, pretty sweet. I
Um,
think though, before we do get going, we've been quite lacking in getting some of the feedback on the show. You might have noticed from the quickfire questions, one was missing. So we do want to just put in Matt Polanski. We have been reading the hashtag MotoGP podcast hashtag.
We
Thank you
have
for your
indeed.
feedback. What did he say?
He said that if he could work for any team manager, for him it would have to be Pit Byra.
Yeah.
Like we said, that listening to the podcast that we did with him felt like he could kind of take on the world. That obviously came over well
Yeah.
for him as well as it did for us. So yeah,
Yeah.
interesting stuff. There's a couple on there that was interesting. Someone was saying Yamaha and more that they'd want to shadow Lynn Jarvis as well. I'm sorry if
mean,
that was you. I've forgotten your
Who
name.
doesn't want to shadow Lynn Jarvis?
Of
Fair
course,
enough.
everybody.
So-
But yeah, also thank you everyone for all the hellos from Brazil. We appreciated those as well. So many comments on the Eric Granado episode.
Are we influencers in Brazil now?
I think we are, yeah.
Sweet, okay.
Remember that time that we were the #1 sports podcast in India very briefly?
Yeah, behind the scenes aspect of the podcast, we genuinely were. Thanks, Lynn Jarvis. Anyway,
So, yeah.
reminder of the question of the week. We want to know, which riders do you think are in this new generation of so-called aliens? The aliens used to be in the mid to late noughties, you know, Rossi, Lorenzo, Stoner, Pedrosa, etc. Who would you categorise in this new wave of the super talents in MotoGP? So let us know, hashtag MotoGP podcast, and in the comments down below,
Yeah.
YouTube version of this show.
Of course. And yeah, let us know anything else as well. Any quick fire suggestions? The door is always open to more of those. Like you saw today, we included a new fresh one. Sorry, Matt Polanski. The time was right to just tick it over there. But yeah, thanks for all your comments, everything. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you are. And we'll see you again next time.
No idea who the guest is, so bye.